Conviction is about Sam Fisher, who's not working for the government anymore. He's working for himself, and he's looking for the killer of his daughter. And it changed the way that we've designed stealth because of that. So in Conviction, the stealth that we have is a stealth that's a lot more, it's faster, it's more dynamic, it's more fluid than ever before. So, you know, when you're hanging on the ledge, you're not moving at 1 meter per minute, you're moving really fast. So it allows you to really like flank your enemies and to be really the predator in the room, to go where you want really fast. After that, we've got some cool new gameplay features like the mark and execute and the last known position. The last known position is really to allow the player to play a little cat and mouse game with his enemies. So when he's detected, the player just needs to break line of sight, and then the silhouette of Sam appears where he was last seen by the enemies, and the enemies are going to come and assault that position. So all you need to do as a player, once that's created, is to use that to know where they're coming and to flank them and to attack them from behind. Mark and execute is really giving the ability to the player to engage multiple targets super fast and super stealthily. And when you start to use it, you can see all the different combos you can do. You know, you're playing stealth, you're in the shadows, you mark a couple of enemies, you climb on a pipe, you wait for your prey to come, you death from above on that guy, you gain your execute, then you press on Y and Sam kills the 3 guys that you mark super fast. So it's very fluid, it's dynamic, and it really makes you feel like you're Sam Fisher, the best elite agent in the world. We are changing the way we're designing a stealth game. We're making it faster, we're making it more dynamic, and that was like the #1 challenge, to make sure that we weren't pushing it too far and it wasn't Splinter Cell anymore, and to change it enough that it would feel fresh. So we're gonna have some moments that are truly stealth, but for the most part, it's gonna be more of our bread and butter gameplay where, you know, you're really in control of the pacing. Also, what we've done is you can dynamically change your level of difficulty when you're playing. So if, you know, you're a newcomer to Splinter Cell and you're playing in normal mode, and then, you know, you hit a little difficulty peak, it's super easy. You go in the pause menu, you lower your difficulty to rookie, then you can play a bit there to get out of that difficulty curve, and then you can go back up.
Listen to me. If you want to find out more about your daughter, you'll do what we say.
Beginning of the game, Sam is using more the gadgets that he's gonna find. We showed that Sam uses a car mirror, a broken mirror, to look under doors at the beginning of the game. But as the game progresses, he's gonna meet up with an old friend, Victor Cost, and Cost is gonna give him new gear. And also, as the game progresses, he's gonna visit some old places, let's say, that he's gonna find some new gadgets there also.
Looking for me, asshole.
What we've got in Conviction is the PEC system. That's the Persistent Elite Creation. It's something that we had on Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2. And it's super simple. You have some objectives you need to complete, and once you've got that, you get some points that you can spend to upgrade your weapons, your gadgets, and to also unlock different armors and suits. And that's something that is persistent between single player and co-op. So all the points you gain, you can spend them and use the toys that you upgrade in all those modes. Actually, if you played Assassin's Creed 2 and you've got some Uplay points that you're saving up, you can spend them in Conviction. I think my favorite thing that you can redeem is a game mode. It's the Infiltration game mode, and that mode is our true Splinter Cell hardcore fan mode, where you need to eliminate enemies in a map, and you cannot get detected. So there's security cameras, and any enemy, if he detects you, it's game over, you're out, you need to try again. So that's one of the things you can unlock with the Uplay points.
Sorry about that.
The single player campaign is between 8 and 10 hours. Then we've got co-op that ranks at about 6 hours. And then we've got all the deniable ops modes. Those can play for like 20-25 hours. We have about 11 maps in single player. And what's interesting is that, you know, the first 2 maps are in Malta, and then you go to Washington. And we've created the classic Washington landmarks. So you're going to be playing in the Washington Monument and around the Washington Monument. You're going to be playing at the Lincoln Memorial. You're going to be playing at the White House. And then we've got some other locations that are a little bit less typical of Washington, but maybe more typical of a Splinter Cell game. All the game modes, you know, like we could imagine that we could add maps. We could do definitely a lot of cool things with DLC. I've got 2 tips for people that will play Conviction. The first one is think before you act. If you try to go in run and gun, It's not gonna work. You really need to take your time and to be, be the master of your domain before you start coming out of the shadows. The second tip is at one point, Victor Cost is gonna give you a weapon. That's my favorite weapon of the game. So use that one and upgrade it as soon as you can with your PEC points. It's gonna be worth it. Splinter Cell Conviction is coming out April 13 on Xbox 360 and PC.